All right, we're going to be talking about the wonderful world of word problems, okay? So I put together a little list of some of the keywords for adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Uh, just to remember some of these keywords, you could always go to this. And it's very important, guys, that you're always, when you're looking at these videos, take the notes along with me so you have them available to look at when we're talking about assessments and stuff. So just have your notes available, okay? So a couple things when I get some word problems together, some steps. Either I could draw or sketch something, usually some kind of geometry type of problem. I always want to define my variables. You will be dealing with sometimes equations or inequalities, so you're going to set it up that way, and then make sure you're answering the actual question. Okay, so let's just take a look at the first one here. The first one says we're looking for a number. So we're going to find a number. So just basically, I'm going to put x is the number that I'm going to try to find. I usually use x. That's just a habit of mine, okay? So the sum we're going to add of 38 and twice the number, okay, is, that would be equal, okay, 124. So we're dealing with an addition problem. So the sum of 38 and, right, so that would be adding, and twice the number is 124. Now the rest should be easy, right? We're just going to use our subtraction property, okay? Subtract 38 from both sides. What are we going to get here? We're going to get 2x equals 86, right? And then what is that? Half of 86 is going to be what? 43, right? 43. Okay, so x is going to be 43. And a lot of times, so that is my number. If you look at it, if I double 43, I'm going to get 86 plus 38 equals 124. So a lot of times these are pretty easy to check. You can plug them in your calculator or just use some common sense, all right? Let's look at the next one. All right, this is a more involved problem. So we have John gathered 3 times as many pounds of berries as Bill. Tom gathered 5 more pounds more than Bill. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to define, I've got 3 different people here, right? I've got John, okay. Then I've got, all right, so we got John, we got Bill, and then we've got Tom, okay? Now, if you look at this problem, it says John gathered 3 times as many pounds of berries as Bill. And then Tom gathered 5 more than Bill. So when I look at this problem, the person that I don't know anything about is Bill. So I'm going to make Bill the unknown, right? So he would be X, because I don't know much about Bill, but I know that John gathered 3 times as many berries as Bill, right? So if John, that would be 3 times X. And then I know something about Tom. It says Tom gathered 5 more pounds than Bill. So 5 more pounds than Bill would just be X, right? Plus 5. And that we know they gathered 15 altogether, so we could just kind of make a little statement. So we have John, Bill, and Tom. And all together they gathered up 15 pounds of berries. We want to find out how much each of them gathered. Sometimes people just add them up on the side here, but I just wanted to write out this first one for you. So we got 3x, x, and x. So how many x's do we have? We have 5x, right? 3, 4, 5x plus 5, right? Equals 15. Now we're going to subtract 5, right? Okay. So we got 5x equals 10. So we're going to divide. So x equals 2. Now who is 2? Well, Bill. So Bill has 2 pounds, right? John, well, 3 times as many. So 3 times as many, 3 times 2. So John has 6 pounds, right? And then good old Tom, let's see, Tom has 5 more than Bill. So 5 plus 2 is 7 pounds. If you want to just do a quick little check, 6, 7, 8, right? Plus 7, that's 15 pounds altogether, okay? So again, I find this very helpful. You make what I call, kind of like what I call a little cheat sheet here, okay? All right. Next, we're going to talk about consecutive. And the word consecutive just means in a row, right? Or one after another, consecutive, all right? So if I want to write 3 consecutive integers that come after 9, well, we know an integer, again, is a whole number, right? So the ones that come after 9 would be 10, 11, and 12, right? Now we're looking at 3 consecutive integers that come after -2. All right, be careful with this one. So -2 after -2 would be what? -1, 0, and then 1, right? Remember, we're dealing with a number line. Now, let's take these consecutive integers, and if we did not know what they were, and we just called one x, right? So if x was 10, then how would we get to 11 from 10? Well, we would just do x plus 1, right? Wouldn't that make sense? So 10 plus 1 would be 11. So now if we wanted to get from 12 from x, right, we do x plus 2. All right. So that's kind of what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at setting up consecutive integer problems. Let's take a look at a couple of these. Now, a lot of times you could guess and check, but I want you to write them out, right? The whole idea about this is writing out the problem. So we're finding 3 consecutive integers whose sum, so we're going to add them up, right, is 171. So let's see, let's set up the problem. So x is going to be my first one, right? X plus 1 would be my second consecutive integer. And then x plus 2 will be my third, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to take these x plus 1, right? Plus x plus 2 is equals 171, right? So what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3 combined like terms. We got 3x plus 2 and 1 is 3, right? So we got 171. We got a pretty simple two-step equation here. We're going to subtract the 3, right? Okay, then we're going to have 3x equals 171 minus 3 is 168. Then we'll divide by 3. Okay, so x, my first number, is going to be 56, right? All right, so if they're consecutive, then we have what? 56, then 57, and then 58. Now, if you just want to quickly add all these up, 56 plus 57 plus 58 in your calculator, or if you could do it in your head, it's going to equal 171. All right. Got one more consecutive integer problem for you. Now we're talking about even ones. So let's think of an even. So if we started with 2, then we'd have what? 4, 6, 8, so on. Okay, if we started with, let's say 10, the next one would be 12, and then 14. So you'll notice with the even, and also with the odd ones too, you're going to have a 2 number gap between them, right? So for instance, if that was 10, right, and I wanted to get to 12, I would do x plus 2, right? That's going to be my second one. Now, if I wanted to get to my third integer from the first one, right, then I would do x plus, well, if that's 10, 12, 14, right, I would add 4. Again, I don't know what it is yet. And then the next integer, because there's 4 of them, would be x plus 6, right? That would be my fourth one. Now we know their sum is going to be 244. Now really a quick way, guys, to do this is you could just add up all your x's. So let's go 1, 2, 3, we got 4x, right? Plus 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is 244. Now you got your problem you're going to set up. And really another good way to check this is your x should be an even number, right? All right, so let's finish it off. 244 minus 12 would be 232. We're going to divide that by 4, right? Okay. So 4 goes into 232 58 times, all right? So x is going to be 58. Hey, that's an even number, right? Good. So remember, we got 58. The next even one after that, we're going to add 2 to it, right? So that's going to be 60. The next even one after 60 would be 62. And then after that would be 64. And again, if you want to do a quick little 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If you added all of these up, right, which I kind of just did in my head, or you could do in your calculator, it equals 244. Okay.